Shalom, shalom, shalom. Barakatah to Yahweh, the Father of lights. Peace and blessings to the big brother and son of the kingdom, Yahweh Shai. All praises due. Peace and power to the throne of King David. All praises, peace and blessings to the royal house. To you all of you out there listening, learning, and edifying. Staying squared up. Stay on the path. I'm going to show y'all some things in scripture today. Some things that I did go over in the past, but got a lot more clarity on now. Like the scripture says, it says that some shall wake up to everlasting life and some to shame and everlasting contempt. It also says that in these last days, men shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. So that's what's going on now. Keep telling y'all that knowledge is being increased. I'm going to talk about the day of the Lord and what it is and how horrible it is. If people knew how horrible the day of the Lord is going to be, they'd be doing a better job at preparing themselves. Even some of you in this body, you've gotten so lackadaisy, so comfortable, so disattached. You really think that this is an oh well ho hum situation. Well, if I make it, I make it. If I don't, I don't. Whatever. What I'm about to tell you today, if this don't change your mind, and some of you it won't, you're going to still be the conceited asshole that you are. You're going to still be the same dumbass bitch that want to sit back, smoke weed, watch these dumbass TV shows and shit, and get engulfed in the bullshit to separate yourself from the known reality that this world is coming to an end. You're going to keep doing that. You're going to keep being a dumbass until it costs you. See, when the day of the Lord starts, ain't no turning it back. What you're seeing now are the preliminaries. See, when the day of the Lord hits, He's not going to allow you to die. He said that men shall seek death and not find it. What's going to be so terrible? Well, I know what some of y'all thinking. Oh yeah, what you talking about, the chip? All right, well, fuck it. If I got to eat bugs, I'll eat the bugs. If I got to eat, boiled camel nuts, I eat the camel nuts. I'll get used to it. Yeah, if I got to live in a 15-minute city, I'll live in a 15-minute city. Whatever. I grew up in the ghetto. I grew up in the hood. You just really think that this is some shit that you could shy it off. Well, let me bonk a bunch of y'all in the head right now. Ain't gonna be no weed smoking, because ain't gonna be no weed. That cuts all you niggas out right there. You dumbass motherfuckers too that want to keep smoking it. I told you years ago you need to start weaning yourself off. Some of y'all still like, con. Oh, praise it. Yeah, man. I know. I gotta stop this. You on the phone with your plug the next day. Right? Getting some more. Just I mean, y'all gonna have to learn the hard way. But I'm getting ready to make my pitch to you right now to let you know under no uncertain terms should you underestimate the day of the Lord. All right. Let's go to the book of Joel. I'm gonna show you when the day of the Lord starts. It hasn't started yet. All right. I'm gonna give you. You ever see a race where the dude with the striped shirt on put the gun in there and be like, pow, and then the gun started. Well, that's called a starter pistol. The starter pistol hasn't been hit yet, but I'm going to show you when it does. Check it out. This is Joel chapter 2, verse 1. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand. Now, it's still not here yet, okay? Look what it says about it. A day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong. There are not been ever the like, neither shall they be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. All right, we'll read the New Living Translation. It is a day of darkness and gloom, a day of thick clouds and deep blackness. Suddenly, like dawn spreading across the mountains, a great and mighty army appears. Nothing like it has been seen before or will ever be seen again. It's the men of the Lord. That is the royal house of King David himself. His men resurrected and brought up to the full strength of the Most High. Those of y'all that make it. That's why y'all in here acting like bitches. Don't expect nothing. Those of y'all that want to disobey your commanding officers in these ranks, don't expect nothing. Those of y'all that got a flip mouth talking shit, don't expect. Expect to be on the business end of this ass whooping. Just expect that. All right. Yeah, we got men in the ranks tripping hard too. It's all right. You will get your decommission papers on this day if you ain't right. So you better check your fucking spirit. I'm done arguing with you niggas. Some of y'all in here are solid. Some of you full of fucking shit, man. I'm telling you. It's getting harder to look at your ass. Real shit. What it says. Fire burns. Salak. A fire devours before them, and behind them a flame burns. The land is as the Garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness. Yea, and nothing shall escape them. New Living Translation. Fire burns in front of them, and flames follow after them. Ahead of them, the land lies as beautiful as the Garden of Eden. Behind them is nothing but desolation. Not one thing escapes. When we start putting this work in, man, it's going to be burning down whole regions, whole cities, right? It's going to be worse than a nuclear bomb being dropped. Well, what does it say about this army? The appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as horses, as horsemen, so shall they run. The men of the Lord are going to be strong, powerful. When they run, they're going to shake the ground like horses. Verse 5. Like the noise of chariots on the tops of mountains shall they leap. Like the noise of a flame of fire that devoureth the stubble, as a strong people set in battle array. New Living Translation. Look at them as they leap along the mountaintops. Listen to the noise they make, like the rumbling of chariots, like the roar of fire sweeping across a field of stubble, or like a mighty army moving into battle. Verse 6. Before their face, the people shall be much pain. All faces shall gather blackness. New Living Translation. Fear grips all the people. Every face grows pale with terror. Verse 7. They shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall like men of war. And they shall march every one on his ways. And they shall not break their ranks. Verse 7. These attackers march like warriors and scale city walls like soldiers. Straight forward they march, never breaking rank. No matter what you shoot at them, no matter what you throw at them, no matter how you try to break up the companies, it's not going to happen. The men of the Lord are going to be undefeatable in this day. Indestructible. Verse 8. Neither shall one thrust another. All right? They shall walk everyone in his path. And when they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded. We're going to be unable to be hurt, unable to be killed. Verse 8, New Living Translation. They never jostle each other. Each moves in exactly the right position. They break through the defenses without missing a step. Whatever they got set up for us is going to be combat ineffective. Verse 9. They shall run to and fro in the city. They shall run up on the wall. They shall climb up on the houses. They shall enter in at the windows like a thief. New Living Translation. They swarm over the city and run along its walls. They enter all the houses, climbing like thieves through the windows. Verse 10. The earth shall quake before them. The heavens shall tremble. The sun and the moon shall be dark, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. New Living Translation. The earth quakes as they advance, and the heavens tremble. The sun and moon grow dark, and the stars no longer shine. Verse 11 and last. And the Lord shall utter his voice before his army, for his camp is very great. For he is strong that executeth his word. For the day of the Lord is great and very terrible. Who can abide it? New Living Translation for verse 11. The Lord is at the head of the column. He leads them with a shout. This is his mighty army, and they follow his orders. The day of the Lord is an awesome, terrible thing. Who can possibly survive? Now, when it says that the Lord is at the head of the column, all right, let's go to the interlinear. The word says utters. The Lord utters his voice, right? What does it mean? It says to give, to put, to set, to bestow, to permit, ascribe, employ, devote, consecrate, dedicate, all right? Commit, entrust, deliver up, produce, right? To set, appoint, assign, designate, to make, to constitute, all right? When it says that he's going to utter his voice, he's going to speak it, all right? Look at what it says right here. H6963, if you want to look it up, the word is call. QOL, right here. See? Voice, all right? Sound, noise, all right? So, if it says that the Lord shall utter his voice, that means he's going to speak. This is not some biblical mumbo jumbo through the spirit where people think, oh, it's going to be in my head and, you know, somehow he's going to speak to my spirit. No, the Lord is here already. You just don't believe it. He's going to be here in the flesh, speaking to his army, commanding them. That's why we have one. And all you niggas taking it lightly, feel bad for you. You're going to feel so fucking stupid when you're standing there looking like you look. What it says. The Lord is at the head of the column. He leads them with a shout. How does he lead them? He got to physically be here. This is his mighty army, and they follow his orders. The day of the Lord is an awesome, terrible thing. Who can possibly survive? Some of you niggas take it lightly. The CO, the commanding officer, we have rank and file here. And some of you niggas in here, you think you could talk shit. You think you could be disrespectful to those that have been put in charge over you. You will not serve in this army ever. So when that day comes and your ass don't get it, you'll never get the opportunity to get it again. All right? I want to just put that out there. Now, what about the 15-minute cities and the mark of the beast and all that? Well, is that going to happen? Yeah, it is. It is. But let me show y'all something. That's why it's always good to keep your hard copy on hand, right? Hope y'all still got yours, all right? Still got all my notes, right? It's the second Esdras, chapter 15. Second Esdras 15 and 15. For the sword in their destruction draws nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. Verse 16. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, meaning that law enforcement is going to be disbanded. Ain't that what's going on in North Carolina? They got armed militias sniping FEMA agents. They are sending the UN. They're not going to listen to them either, because they're trying to take their land as the people try to rebuild. The Civil War has already started. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes. And the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Verse 17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. 15-minute cities. Verse 18. For because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled. The houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread, and for great tribulation. Now, it's the book. So what about the mark? I thought the mark and we're going to be, won't be able to buy or sell. Well, that's in the beginning. See, the system is going to get started. It's going to get started. It's just not going to last. Let me prove it to you. Let's go to Daniel chapter 2. Daniel chapter 2. This is Nebuchadnezzar's dream about the end of days. Daniel chapter 2, verse 31. Thou, O king, this is Daniel telling the king his dream. And that dream had to do with now, hundreds of years after Nebuchadnezzar has passed away. Look what he says. Thou, O king, sawest and behold a great image. This great image, whose brightness was excellent, stood before thee, and the form thereof was terrible. This image's head was of fine gold, his breasts and his arms of silver, his belly and his thighs of brass, his legs of iron, his feet, part of iron and part of clay. Remember the iron and the clay? 34. You saw till that stone, so that you sawest, Salak, thou sawest till that a stone was cut out without hands, which smote the image upon his feet that were of the iron and the clay, and break them into pieces. All right? Now, look what he says. A stone that was cut out. A stone is a rock. Let me show y'all something. Let's go to Acts 7 and 48. And it says, but Solomon built him a house, verse 47. Verse 48, howbeit the Most High dwelleth not in temples made with hands. So saith the prophet. All right, now let's go back to Daniel chapter 2. It's going back down. Verse 34. Thou sawest till that a stone was cut out without hands. The church without hands. Okay? That means that there's no stone building around us. This house is a spiritual house. This is the house, okay? Thou sawest till that a stone was cut out without hands, which smote the image upon his feet that were of the iron and clay, and break them into pieces. Why does it call it the iron and clay? Well, what is the booyah? What is the final phase? The chip. It's metal. That's mixing the iron with the clay, okay? And that system of mixing the iron with the clay, the chip with the flesh. Well, let me keep reading. It says it's going to break it into pieces. Verse 35. Then was the iron, the clay, the brass, the silver, and the gold broken to pieces together, and became like the chaff of the summer threshing floors, and the wind carried them away, that no place was found for them. And the stone that smote the image became a great mountain and filled the whole earth. That's the royal house. See, nobody else is going to be in charge. All this bullshit about an election? Nah. Now, what about Revelations 13, verse 10? No matter of fact, verse 15, Revelation 13 and 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as that would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he causeth all, both small and great, free and bond, rich and poor, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. All right. So the system of the iron mixing with the clay is going to take off, but a rock is going to smash it. This rock is going to smash it. How do I know that? Well, let's go to Matthew chapter 7. Let's go down to verse 24. Therefore, whosoever heareth these sayings of mine, is what Yahushua said, and do them, I will liken them unto a wise man which built his house upon the rock. It's the rock. The royal house of David built on the rock of Yahushua's blood. That's going to smash this kingdom. See, this is a fallen kingdom now, and it's falling right in front of your eyes. Wait till the 22nd hit, man. I ain't gonna say nothing else. After the 22nd, look for shit to really get fucked up. Okay? But the day of the Lord starts when the men of the Lord get turned up. There's going to be a time of trouble. Right? It's going to happen. And when that goes down, that time of trouble is going to be dismantled by the men of the Lord. It ain't going to be no more chip. It ain't going to be no more 15-minute cities. It ain't going to be nobody living. You're going to die. And if you live, it won't be for long. All right? It won't be for long. Now, I had to set this up this way because I'm going to have to do another video to tell you how you're going to suffer. And some of y'all still playing, man. Doing shit, knowing you're wrong, doing shit thinking that the Most High gonna have mercy on you, and he ain't. He gonna have no mercy on you. You had a chance to get your shit together, and you ain't doing it. So, here's what it is. I check my spirit every day. I pray you do the same. But the day of the Lord is coming, y'all. And the scripture says, who can abide it? Who is strong enough to survive when the day of the Lord is finally here? That's an open-ended question that he's leaving. If you're not under the protection of the royal house, your chances, all right, you have zero probability of survival. It's going to be that bad. All right? It's going to be that bad. How bad? I'll let you know in the next video. This is why you should be taking this with the utmost seriousness. Okay? I even gave people an opportunity around April 8th to come back, but they so stuck on themselves. Couldn't take the chastisement. Everybody I roasted and talked shit to, all right, they got that sharp two-edged sword which comes out of my mouth. They got cut the fuck up as they should because you've been fucking up and being a goddamn bitch or a damn rebel. And because you got righteous discipline, you can't humble yourself and be like, I fucked up. 3 people, that was it. 3 came back, and they here now. I ain't said nothing to them. I shalom, man. It's like ain't nothing happened. Because that was the goal, was to get them to understand you not going to do what you want to do here. Do I still love them? Yeah, I do, man. I do. But, no. For those of y'all that want to stay with your panties and your drawers in a bunch, hey, that's your lot there. Too proud. See, a lot of y'all want to blame me for your fuck-ups. You have to be like that. You have to do this, you do. No, I do have to do that. Because this place is not going to ever become the world. That's what it'll become if I allow you to do what you want to do. It'll become the world. We'll have fucking fornicators in here, people worshiping different entities. We'll have people in here laying with other men's wives, women searching out other women's kings that already got a husband. We have all of that. We'll have fucking orgies. We'll have all of that right here. It can happen here. It just never will. Because if I find out you're a whore or one of these guys that your brother got a princess or something like that, and then you eyeballing it and you start getting that in your heart and make a move on it, then you just gonna get dealt with, man. That ain't gonna happen. That's capital punishment right there. Sleeping with another man's wife is capital punishment. You being a princess that got a king and looking elsewhere, eyeballing another man, that's capital punishment, and you will pay a painful price for it. All right? We are not having that shit here. Illegitimate children and all that ain't gonna happen here. See? This is what you're supposed to be preparing yourself for. You're gonna have wives. Men are gonna have wives, and these wives are gonna have sisters, and y'all gonna get along with them, or else you're either gonna get along or you won't be here. That's just the bottom line. That's the Lord's way, and you're gonna abide by it. Now, these are the simple things you have to do to stay hella rich, in good company, and enjoying the company, provision, and protection of the Most High. Men, you gotta be men and lead your families and be accountable and take correction when needed and don't turn into a little bitch. All right? But those of y'all that can't, you just won't be here. You will be active in this day. So just know that. All right? The day of the Lord is coming. All right? Can you abide it? That's just a question. I'll see y'all on the next go round. Prepare for part 2. Giving all praises to the Father of lights, Yahweh, peace and blessings. Kiss the Son, lest he be angry. We love you, Yahweh Shai, for your sacrifice. and for what you did for the nation of Israel. We look forward to your return every day. The water for being a big brother and a son to this kingdom. All praises. Without you, this wouldn't be possible. All right? See y'all in a minute. KD out. Shalom.